It's early March, but I'm going to get out here for a couple hours today. Got a wind going on that's about 25 miles an hour steady with gusts of 30. It's going to be pretty tough, but chilly, even though it's going to go up to 68, 69, which is right near record high for the first week of March here in the Northeast. Still awful chilly. This morning with that 30-mile-an-hour wind. Right now it's 59 degrees, so it's chilly in the shade. But we're going to get out here, see what we can do. We're going to throw some chatterbait, different dirty jigs, brandy bass, beavers, and mega claws trailers. We're going to throw a crankbait RC 1.5, one that runs about 6 or 8 feet deep on some of the ledges. We're going to try a couple different things, see if there's the mouths or all the way in the back of the creek later when it warms up. Try a few different tactics to see what they're doing right now, seeing whether they're staging or whether they're actually moving on up. We had water temperatures of 51.3 last time, so a couple of real cold nights since then, so we'll see what it is now, and we'll see you guys down on the water. Alright, here we are in a little back bay. We're going to see if this works. We're going to throw a chatterbait over this scattered grass, 1 to 6 feet of water on a little ledge that drops off right off the main channel, and we'll see if we can pick something up here. Hit it real fast with a chatterbait and with a custom-made assassinator. There we go. Decent bass on the chatterbait, right here in this back protector toe. Nice one. Had another bigger fish than this came up and just swirled on this chatterbait and missed it right at the boat. I kept working the area all around real quietly, but well, but nice fish. Let's get some more. That's a Z-Man original chatterbait, gold blade. Got a long skirt. I've got a split tail trailer on it in white. It imitates these shad and perch perfectly. Using a Calais on this St. Croix Mojo rod for this. Works pretty well. I've got the 17-pound test sunline on this St. Croix Mojo, 7-foot, medium heavy Shimano Calais Z-Man chatterbait. There we go, right out of this shallow cove. That wind's whipping 40 miles an hour, maybe 45 out on the main lake out here, and I'm in this protected bay. The water's 1 to 3 feet deep in front of me, but then where I'm sitting, it's 5 to 6, and it drops off to 7, 8 feet, right just a few feet to the right. He hit that chatterbait. I'm jerking it around. They're chasing, actually up here chasing shad, and he's fat and full. Nice. All these pads right out here in front of me on this turn are all in about 6 feet of water. The deepest pads there are in this lake. And they're about 1.5 feet below the surface right now. It's the first week of March. I'm throwing that Z-Man chatterbait. On different types of cover, I'll use different rods and different line. I'll use braid sometimes. It just depends. You've got to adapt to each situation depending on how deep it is, the cover, the size of the fish. You just have to adapt to it. But, right now I'm using that 7-foot St. Croix Mojo bass rod, medium heavy. I'm using the Calais, and I'm using 17-pound sunline. Right out there, it's about 7.5 feet deep, 8 feet deep on the edge of them. So that wind's really whipping up, and then comes in, and these pads are deep in the 5, 6 foot range, and there's grass mixed in with it. And right over here on my left, it turns into like a grass flats, and these are all grass flats in this little bay. But it's not the North Shore, it's the South Shore. But in the past, it hasn't mattered. Sometimes it's been the better shore even early in the year. As far as good numbers of like 3 and 4 pound fish, with the occasional, 5, 6, 7 or up, but a lot more numbers of 3 and 4 pound fish, than the other places. and I'm just casting it out and I let it sink down about 2-3 feet. And then I just give it a little pull with the rod tip, jerk. Then I make most of the action happen with the reel hand. I'm reeling and I do like that, and it makes the bait kind of jump like that. You just reel and jump. And I'll let it sink back down. Sometimes I'll raise it up with the rod tip and do that, and just see how they want it. As soon as I figure out what they're really keying in on, from then on, if they're all in that area, you can just nail them. I've caught 30 or 40, even in the summer. I think if any of you watch some of the other videos, you've seen us catch 30 or 40 bass one day in the summer. It was like 98 degrees, and a couple of them pushed like 6.5 pounds. So the chatterbait is still effective even today. Depends how you work it and where you're throwing it and when. You know, so like every other bait. Work it the right way, in the right place, at the right time. They're all still really effective. In the small boat today, I'm at a private lake because the seats are being put in the stratos. They'll be finished in about a week to 10 days. And I'll get the stratos out and we're going to hit some of the other places, Silver Lake, Haven, Griffiths. And then we're going to take the small boat here out again too, and some other places like Burton's and Diamond. We're going to hit them all up this year and real quick for at least one half of a day or a day for most of the major places where they have possibility of getting a trophy bass early, and places that most of the guys fish around here, so that's good for everybody in Delaware, Maryland, local and PA to see what's going on in places that they can fish themselves. Come on now, we need another one on the chatterbait. That's when you just boil at the surface. You could tell it was like 4 pounds at least. Down in those pads on the outside edge here. Still sluggish though. Water temperature, let's see, is, oh boy, it's still cold. It's only 49.8 right here. So there's one. Oh man, this is better. Oh yeah, this is better. Feels better anyway. Yeah, it looks better too. Oh my God. Yeah, it's better. What's that, like 5? Oh yeah, that's 5 pounds, huh? That's 5 pounds. Yep. Alright, let's get this one off and get some more here. You can see they're turned on now. Oh, I might even need pliers for that. Not getting off the chatterbait. Not getting off that chatterbait. That was tough. Decent bass, huh? Look at that. Nice bass. Not 4 3/4, something like that. But it's got a lot of weight. It might actually weigh 5. But normally it's like 4 1/4, something like that. 4.5. There you go, baby. Another one right out of the cove. All right, let's let this one go. Look at that. Z-Man Chatterbait. Can I throw that assassin? There you go. Figured it out. They're all in the pads. The deepest pad, right? 30-35 miles per hour. Which one caught on that Z-Man Chatterbait? Decent bass. There we go. Another one right out here in the pads in this cove. Look at that. There he goes. Water's real stained and muddy. 40 times. There we go. Another one pulled him out on the chatterbait here. Right out of these laydowns back in this other cove. First third of the cove in, about 3 feet deep in the laydowns. Decent chatterbait. Yeah. Chatterbait. Z-bait. Decent chatterbait bass. Right out of the laydown. Oh yeah, there you go. That's much better. Nice one. Z-Man Chatterbait back here in this same cove right out of that wind. That wind's going 30 miles an hour. I'm out here in some deep pads, 5-6 feet deep pads. jerking that chatterbait around all over the pads, and man, it's come up and just nailed it. That's a nice bass. That's 4.5 pounds anyway. There we go on that Z-Man chatterbait again. Look at that. Decent bass. Hooked good too. All the way through his lip. There's no way he's getting off of that. Look at that. Nice big bass. That's a big bass. Let's get him back in. Let's get some more here, man. Just goes to show you. Water temperature 51. The air temperature was only 40 degrees this morning when I got here, and I caught most of them before 10 o'clock. Now I just got this one now. It's 1 o'clock. Decent bass. Boy, that wind's really blowing now. We got about a 40-mile-an-hour wind, so I'm going to get on out of here. It's 2 o'clock. We've got water temperatures now of 52.6 in most spots, and this spot right here is 53 where I just caught the last one. So you'll get into some of these spots right off the main lake. The first third of the creeks, throw it where the lily pad roots were, where they're going to start coming up, where there's a couple different grasses mixing together, near some rocks, on the turns, and the protected bays. You're going to catch them. Throw those chatterbaits and spinnerbait. Today they just were on that chatterbait hard in this particular color. But right now they're going to hit the rattle traps, they're going to hit those assassinator spinnerbaits, they're going to hit that Z-Man chatterbait, and they're going to hit those jigs. If it hadn't been so windy, I'd have worked the main lake docks with the jigs. But that's for next time. Next week, that wind will calm down. We'll get back out here. Steve on Brand here for the Bass College. Stop in the forum. Check out our